Please leave us with some closing remarks like only you can.
This is to help you make ready for your blessings. Now, what I'm going to give you is going to be hard for most people to do. I already know that. It was difficult for me to do. But a very, very wealthy person taught this to me. I didn't think much of it until I did it. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, did it help make room for what God had for me. Not only that, it freed me up. And I'll tell you what this very, very successful person told me. If I told you his name, you probably wouldn't know him. He's not famous. He's just extremely wealthy. And when I tell you extremely wealthy, I mean it. But if I said his name, you wouldn't even know this guy. If I showed you a picture of him, the average person wouldn't even know who he was. But he taught this to me. He said, in your journey, if you want to really clear the slate, get a fresh start, and prepare yourself to receive what all God has for you, you have to take inventory of the people in your life. And when you take this inventory, you are going to have to act as though you are a gardener. You are a gardener with a grove, and your grove is your life, the things you want to bear fruit from God, your trees. You want apples this season. You want lemons. You want grapefruits. You want peaches. You want pears, plums. You've got to take care of your orchard. In order to take care of your orchard, I notice you've all noticed that from time to time, you see the gardeners outside pruning trees. They cutting them back. They clipping dead ends off. You know why? Because that maximizes the growth of the good in the tree. If you take the dead, unnecessary branches off, the withering ends, it allows for the tree to bear more fruit. So, Steve, how do you take inventory of people? This is what he taught me. He said, you have three kinds of people in your life. He said, you have people who approach you with nothing but bad news. All of us know them. Everybody has somebody that walks up to them, and every time they start talking, something wrong. Or every time they give you a phone call, they bring you bad news. And the bad news don't just be about them. They bring you bad news about you. Did you hear that though? They were saying about you down here. And you just go, man. Have you ever had a person that every time they came up to you, you just felt dark because they just brought bad news? Those people that you have in your life, you don't need them. I want you to go through your phone contacts, and everybody that is no good, that never moves your life forward, doesn't give you any helpful advice, doesn't help you, aid you in any way, has nothing but bad news and wants something for you, one-sided friendships. I want you to put a dot next to that contact's name, a black dot. The next person you have in your life are called sometimey people. They the 50-50s in your life. They cool over here as long as you're doing this, but they not cool over here. You can take them here, but you can't take them there. You can discuss this, but you can't bring up that. You can lead them that way, but you can't show them the other way. Sometimes they cool with you about stuff, sometimes they ain't. Those are called sometimey people, or what we gonna call 50-50 people. Everybody got them in their life. When you have a 50-50 person, what I want you to do is put an asterisk by their name. That contact, put an asterisk. Remember, all the bad news people that's always bringing you bad news and darkness, a black dot next to their name. The next person is the 50-50 person. They sometime, they cool here, they ain't cool there. Put an asterisk by their name. The last person that you know are people who are very supportive of you, people who are willing to pray for you, people who always try to be uplifting, people who, when they got news for you, they try to make it of the positive nature, a person who comes to your aid and your rescue, a person that picks up the phone just to see how you doing, and you bet not mention that something's wrong, because here they come. It's people in your life, man, that you don't even have to talk when you're around them. You could just sit and be still and y'all just cool like that. Everybody got that ride or die. That I don't care what you tell them. They don't pass judgment. They just your friends. Well, when you have that person, and I'm going to be real honest with you, it ain't a whole lot of them. I want you to put a check by their name. So you got a black dot next to the dark people who bring you nothing but bad news, negativity, something wrong every time. You got an asterisk by the name of the people who are 50-50, sometimey people, and you got a check by the people that's always supportive, prayerful, bring you good news. Now, here's what you do. I want you to take everybody with a black dot next to their name and everybody with an asterisk next to their name, and I want you to block them as your contact. Block them out your phone and block them from your email. If they family, block them from your phone and block them from your email. All I want you to have is people who have your phone number that have a check by your name. You're going to lose a lot of people, but guess what? You're going to gain a lot of ground. You don't have no idea how much time you waste with people in your life who are 50-50 and always got bad news. If you eliminate them, you've cleaned house, your inventory is clean, you now have cleared room to receive the blessings God have for you in this year. I dare you to try it. It works. It sounds cruel. It sounds like it's hurtful, but man, if you want to win, you got to do it. Those are my closing remarks.
Drop it, baby.
I'm talking about that's it right there.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no